Welcome to the Cutest Site on the Block tutorials. This tutorial is going to cover a more in-depth outline of adding a product. It'll cover all the features of the new product link. Once we log into the administration, we're going to click Shopping Products. And we're going to click on one of our sample products to show an example of all the options that you have. Here on the Product Information tab, first we start with Published, which means that the product is going to be shown to the standard viewer of the website. If it's unchecked, it will disable the product and users won't see it. SKU is a unique number that for each product it's required, no spaces or special characters, just a unique number or set of characters. Name is the name of the product that you want the customer to see. URL, once this is filled in, it actually overrides the large image, so when the thumbnail is clicked, when the customer is viewing the product page, if they click on the small thumbnail image at the top, they'll be directed to that specific URL or web address instead of the pop-up preview image. Categories, you can select multiple categories here using the control key. Product price. This is the complete price of your product. You want to leave the product price gross empty because it'll auto-populate it in. You don't need to do anything with the virtual tax. This is a very advanced feature that many customers aren't going to use, and you can submit a support ticket if you're interested in learning more about that option. You can set a discounted price for your option. It'll override the original price, so it can be a temporary price reduction. Here you can enter a short description, and at the bottom you can enter a long description for the main product page. Under display options, you have a few options that you may want to use. Here, quantity. The standard quantity box, you'll notice, is an empty field that has an up or down arrows where the customers can choose the quantity. You can hide that box to where they only have the option to add one to the quantity. You can use a drop down, and you can set the drop down values here on the right side. So you can set it to start at, say, 5 products. So if you want the minimum order of that product to be 5, you'd set that here. And if you want the maximum to be, say, 100, you'd set that here. If you want them to be able to order in increments, so not individual items, but rather maybe quantities of, say, 5, you could start at 5 here and then have your step value be 5, so it only show every 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. So you can experiment with these settings and see which one's going to be right for you. The product status tab, you can set how many you have in stock, the minimum quantity you want purchased, and the maximum quantity you want purchased. This is a little bit different from the product display options, as this is what it shows they're allowed to do. You can set the minimum purchase quantity, and that makes it to where they can't add any additional above that. So they wouldn't be able to add the product above that and have it, add multiple items of the product. Availability, you can set this for how long the availability is out. So if you're not going to have the product, if it takes you 24 hours to have the product or 3 to 5 days, that's how long it'll be till it's shipped. You can also set an availability date. So if you don't want this product to show on your website until 5 days in the future, you can set this date for 5 days in the future, and automatically on that day it'll show this product. On special, this is what you can select to have the product shown on your featured products on your home page. And you have your attribute list and your custom attribute list, which we have an in-depth tutorial on adding attributes and drop-downs options for products that you can view. The product dimensions and weights, primarily on here you're going to want to mainly focus if you are using a integrated shipping module such as UPS or USPS for real-time quotes. This is where you're going to enter that information of your product so it can give you an accurate quote for the shipping information. Product images, here is where you can enter a full image, the full-size image for your product, as well as a thumbnail image for your product. You can upload these individually, make the size you want, or you can upload just the full-size image and click Auto Create Thumbnail, and it'll resize this image and automatically populate the thumbnail image for you. Under related products, you can actually search for other products and link products together by linking related products. That covers the in-depth tutorial. For any questions above what we've covered, you're more than welcome to submit a support ticket in our support center, and we'd be able to give you specific step-by-step instructions for what you're looking to do.